A well-meaning friend has told me that I don't have enough books on my bookshelf to be a booktuber. Oh yeah, Christina? So this is not enough books? Well, you are absolutely correct. And today I will try to rectify this, but there is a problem with that. Hi, I'm Claire and I like some books. The problem I'm facing today is that most of the books I read are indeed audiobooks. And well, audiobooks are not physical copies that I could put on the shelf behind me. So that is the first major problem I have with filling up my background with books. And probably the most important reason why I haven't done it already. Before I get into the other reasons why my background looks the way it does, I want to talk a bit about, do booktubers really need a background with books to do what they do? And I would answer that question with a definite no, but yes. Let me explain. If you're starting out and you want to talk about books, just grab a camera. The one on your phone is completely fine. Talk about the books, post it on YouTube or wherever you want. You shouldn't feel like you need to have the perfect space with the perfect lighting and the perfect amount of books in the background to start talking about books. However, having books in your background does give you some legitimacy that you know what you're talking about. Now, of course, you don't have to own a bunch of physical books to have read a lot of books or have a lot to say about books. That is simply not the case. Yet, I myself find that if I look at a video and the person does have some books in the background, it's like I respect their opinion more for whatever reason. It's weird. I wish my brain wouldn't do that. Yet there it is. And if I want to talk about books and I want people to take me semi-seriously, I think I do need some more books in my background. No, don't worry, I will not go online and just buy a bunch of books just so I have something in the background. That is not gonna happen because I do own physical books, just not as many as I read. And not all of the books I own I like and want to have displayed behind me. Furthermore, there are some other restraints I have to take into account, like the fact that this here is my filming space, but it is also the place where I will sit down and journal, read, even listen to an audiobook while I solve some puzzles or something. So this space serves way more than the function of recording videos. That is, for example, why here I have placed the books that I'm currently reading or I want to start reading soon. They are here because when I sit here, I can easily reach any one of them and just start reading. I am a person that needs to make everything as easy as possible for myself to actually make those things. So if those books were somewhere else in the room, if I sat down here, I would probably not get up just so I would take out another book. Another thing I have to consider is that this is also a space that I share with my kids. And some of the books that I have here are children's books, or at least books that I'm reading with my kids. So yeah, those are the problems. Now, what will I do today about that is, first of all, see how much change needs to happen here. In the sense of, let's see how many books I actually have, which things are allowed to stay on the shelf, and which things just have to go. And then I can move on to finding some books that might look good on my bookshelf. For that, I will sneak into my husband's room to see which books he has that I might borrow, and into my kids' room. I mean, they are already here all the time, so I don't think it will be that much of a difference for them if some of the books they have, they need to pick up from here. So let's go. First, are the Harry Potter books in Croatian. I think they should be allowed to stay because they fit so nicely within this cubicle. But the dolphin can go. This is the title page that I created for my husband's short story Plagiarism 4.1. I would like this to stay here because it is in some way connected to my reading writing journey. Below that we have the Lego house, which I would like to keep here, but I could be convinced to make it disappear. And this I have no problem getting rid of. Below that are Disney books, Lego magazines, Lego books, and some other sciencey books. I wouldn't mind taking the magazines and putting them into a folder or something, but I think this mostly can stay. Some board games and some books, but those are storytelling board games, so I believe I'm allowed to keep them for now. This is a shelf full of mini dolls, just like this one, and I'm mostly hesitant to move them away because I don't know where I would put them. Like, our whole apartment is so full of Lego, I literally have no places left to put the Lego or anything else in. So theoretically there's space on the shelves, but I really did not want to take that space up, even though you see here these base plates wouldn't fit anywhere else. So let's move on and then we shall see. A shelf with children's books, some exit books that I still haven't read, and Patrick Rothfuss. The only thing these books have in common is that they are black. And also this cubicle is not on display while I film, so I might move it down there, exchange it for these mini dolls. Here are also some Peanuts comics that I stole from my husband. Another Lego and graphics shelf. The tree can go, but I do want to keep the castle because I like the castle, just as I like the snow hut. I'm very happy with how these two buildings turned out, so I wanna display them. But the fountain and the tree can go. All of these boxes I would be fine if I got rid of. No problem with that, even though I am not sure where I would put them. Because again, the bottom row is full with these boxes that I hate. They are very prickly, but now I have them, so they are staying here. And nobody cares about the bottom shelf anyways. These here might be my biggest dilemma, because they are Lego books. So technically you could argue they are books, but they aren't really. I will see if I shall leave them or they will have to go. It will probably depend on how many books I find in my husband's and my kids' room. So let's go. Yes, this is pure chaos right here, but ignore that for a bit. We shall just see if there are some books that I might want to take. Like, for example, the Dino books I see here. And a dragon book. And maybe even these two books that, while not that interesting to me, I have read. And even more Dino books. And here we also have some other Disney books. Those I think will go well with the other Disney books. I believe this is it. I've taken a lot out of here. I might come back to pick out some other things as well, but for now, I think this will do. To the sleeping/office room. Apparently this is how proud my husband is on some of the books he's reading, that you are not able to see the spines of them. I think I will not be taking any of those because I think he's reading them. I think I'll pass on everything here. Here I have what's left of my manga collection. I think this bookshelf is perfect for them, so I will not move them. But I see Elevation from Stephen King here. I have read this book and it's fine. It's the most un-Stephen Kingy book of all Stephen King books. Again, some peanuts. This is the most interesting shelf for me because it does have his Dark Materials. I have read that and I did like it, so nom 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 nom. I will take it. An absolutely remarkable thing and Turtles All the Way Down. I have read as well and I will take them too. And now the English version of Harry Potter. Do I take that as well? I shall leave them for now, but maybe come back to them later because I'm not sure I need 2 sets of Harry Potter books in my background. I think 1 is enough. I've also found a few more books all around the apartment and now they are all here. And I think the best course of action would be to take all the books I have on the bookshelf out as well and sort them into categories. And then we shall see how they will fit back in. And here we have the empty shelves. Not that empty. There's still so much Lego here, but there's also some place for the books. So let's see if I can fit them in, and what I have to fit in I've put into categories which go from non-fiction, Disney, children's science, art, children's books, escape room type of books, dragons, which are overlapping with the sciencey part quite a bit, but we'll see when I put them in. Fiction, quite small actually, especially considering that I read mostly fiction. And then Lego books. And now I'll try to put all of that into here and see how much space I have left after I'm done, or do I even have space left? I'll get to work. It is 2.5 hours later than when I started this project, and I've managed to do something. And yes, please ignore my shelf of shame. Trust me, you cannot judge me for this more than I'm judging myself. So this is how my background looks like now from this angle, the angle that I will be primarily talking to you from. Did I succeed? I couldn't say. Not sure if I like this look at all, let alone if I like it more than the previous one. So, and yes, I have my glasses on because I couldn't do the book exchange without them because then I'm blind. So anywho, I'm curious to know what you think. Do you need books in the background while you're talking about books? Do you need them? Are they nice to have, or do you maybe even think they are overdone? I will definitely leave it like this for now because I have better stuff to do than to rearrange my books and Lego. Again, so much Lego, so much Lego. Until you click on one of my other videos, bye bye. I really wish there was an undo option in real life, especially for stuff like this. Who knows, maybe I'll get used to it and then it will be fine.